Welcome to Know Thyself. Today, let us enter into the world of poetry. Are you interested in bird watching? Yes. You are going to learn The Bird Sanctuary, a poem written by Sarojini Naidu. The Bird Sanctuary describes the varieties of birds dwelling in the garden. In your quiet garden wakes a magic tumult of winged choristers that keep the festival of dawn. Here, Sarojini Naidu addresses to the master of the garden. She describes during the silent time of the night, suddenly how there is a magic tumult. Tumult is a loud, confused noise caused by many. And it is not a merely tumult, but a magic tumult of winged choristers. Choristers are the members of a choir. So, the magic tumult comes out of birds that keep the festival of dawn. The birds are celebrating the sunrise. Blithely rise the carols in richly cadenced rapture from lyric throats of amber, of ebony and fawn. Blithely rise, rapturously rise the sweet carols in richly cadenced rapture. So, it is not mere chirping of birds, there is a rhythmic, musical joy in it. And where does it come from? It comes from the lyric throats of amber, of ebony and fawn. See, they are the birds who sing the carols. And she says the throats are of three different colors. Of amber, amber is hard clear yellow, ebony is dark brown and fawn is light yellowish brown color. So, here Sarojini Naidu brings in auditory imagery and visual imagery. Magic tumult, winged choristers, carols, lyric throats represent auditory imagery. Auditory imagery gives you the sense of sound, while visual imagery gives you the sense of something visual effect. So here the throats of amber, ebony and fawn, amber, ebony and fawn represent colors. Festival of Dawn symbolizes sunrise. It is not mere sunrise which is enjoyed by the birds, but it represents the freedom given to India. So this is the time of celebration. So Festival of Dawn represents independent India. All the birds here are Indians. So this is another layer of meaning added to it. Now let's move on to the second stanza. Here there is a description of 4 different birds: the bulbul and the oriole, the honeybird and shama. Flit among high boughs that drip with nectar and with dew. So all these four birds, they flit. Flit is to fly. They fly from one bough to another, one branch of a tree to another. And how does the branch look like? They drip with nectar and with dew. So this also symbolizes the fertile nature of the land, the natural resources. The very scenario is beautiful. Let us move on to the next two lines of second stanza. Upon the grass, the wandering gull parades its sea-washed silver. The hoopoe and the kingfisher, they are bronze and sapphire blue. So these three birds, the seagull, hoopoe and kingfisher, they have a parade on the grass. And how does she describe the seagull? See, as if the gull has been sea washed and it has become silvery in color. Look at the colors: silver, bronze and sapphire blue. And in this second stanza, you also find gustatory imagery. Gustatory imagery evokes the sense of taste. Drip with nectar, honey. These evoke the sense of taste within us. All the birds flit among high boughs. Flit is, I have told you, it is a very short movement, to fly. It is kinesthetic imagery. Kinesthetic imagery gives you a sense of movement. Grass, silver, bronze and sapphire blue, all these evoke visual imagery. Let us move on to the third strophe. Wild grey pigeons, dreaming of a home amid the treetops, fill their beaks with silken down and slender banyan twigs. And here there is a description of the grey pigeons. What are they doing? They are dreaming of a home on the treetops. And what is their activity in their dream? They are trying to fill their beaks with silken down banyan twigs. From the banyan twig, they segregate very fine one, that is silken down material. It is so soft, and with that silken down banyan twig, they try to build their nest. With that slender banyan twig, they try to build their nest. But the jade green gypsy parrots are only gay marauders and pass upon their sunward flight to plunder red ripe figs. So here the last two lines describe the flight of the parrot and how they go and they take the red ripe figs as if all the fruits are their own. Look at the description of the parrot given here. It's not merely green parrot, it's jade green gypsy parrot. Jade is a gem. Gypsy or the wanderers. So here you can find this is a double metaphor. Jade green gypsy parrots. This represents double metaphor. Grey pigeons. Red ripe figs. Green. All these represent visual imagery. Silken down, silken, slender, sense of touch. How soft it is, how delicate it is. So that gives you the sense of touch. So they evoke tactile imagery. And now you can also notice the metaphor silken down banyan twigs and slender banyan twigs. Now let us move on to the last stanza of this poem. In your gracious garden, there is joy and fostering freedom, nesting place and singing space for every feathered thing. So again, the address is towards the master of the birds, telling that, see, in your garden there is joy and tender care you extend to all creatures, all beings, all feathered things, everybody in the garden. O master of the birds, grant sanctuary and shelter also to a hummingbird that bears a broken wing. In the last two lines, you can find that there is a prayer given to the master of the birds. Master of the birds could be the creator, maybe the god, or any supernatural power. Look at the word master. M is capitalized and the word birds, B, is also capitalized. O master of the birds, kindly grant sanctuary and the shelter also to a hummingbird that bears a broken wing. So here Sarojini Naidu represents herself as a bird with a broken wing who is moving towards Godward. After a long struggle, India has attained freedom, and she represents this in this garden. So the bird sanctuary is India, and how people fought for freedom, and now it is a peaceful place to live in. And this is the description of the joyful birds. So there are also symbols. O master of the birds represents God. And I request you to find out the other auditory, visual, tactile, gustatory imageries and given in the poem. Let us meet again in one such video. Thank you.